Well, continuing coverage now of the switchover happening in Washington, D.C. A new Congress sworn in with Democrats taking control of the House.
The 116th Congress is the most diverse group of lawmakers ever. It is also divided. Republicans retaining control of the Senate and actually increased their numbers there. The House's first order of business, electing a new speaker, and a familiar face there, former Speaker, California Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi.
Our nation is at an historic moment. 2 months ago, the American people spoke and demanded a new dawn.
On the other side of the aisle from Pelosi and her new Democratic majority, a change for East Tennessee, the 2nd district represented for the first time in decades by someone whose last name is not Duncan.
Former Knox County Mayor Tim Burchett is now Congressman Tim Burchett, posting pictures with his family today on Twitter. Burchett taking part in a ceremonial swearing-in ceremony just a few minutes ago with Speaker Pelosi, using his daughter Isabel's Bible and giving a fist bump to the Speaker. I asked him about continuing the legacy of that office.
I'm going to continue with the constituent service that Congressman Duncan did. Nobody in the whole United States Congress did what they would do, and I'm hoping we're going to follow that same. But I'm going to get aggressive on some issues. I think we're in too many wars, and really all the reality is that we're fighting to keep the price of oil low, and that's not right. What we need to be doing is developing our own energy resources. That's, of course, using some of the brain power down at Oak Ridge National Laboratory.
As for the government shutdown, he says both sides are refusing to budge, and it could be a while.
Unfortunately, it could go on for a while longer until some people get scared enough of the voters to start moving some things. But right now, leadership on both sides dug their heels in, and I don't think.
All right, so again, he said it's going to be a while there before an answer to the government shutdown. Burchett keeping up his well-known casual style, sharing this picture of his congressional pin, apparently now attached to the front of his iconic Carhartt work jacket. Burchett told me he's going to continue to wear it.
And making history today, Blackburn becoming the first woman to serve as senator from Tennessee. New Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh joining Senator Blackburn for her ceremonial swearing in. Blackburn talking today about what it means to her to be the first woman.
I hope that this year serves as a source of encouragement for women to take those leadership skills they've developed in the for-profit or not-for-profit world and put those skills to work in the public sector.
Now, Blackburn also noting that it was Tennessee that put the 19th Amendment to the Constitution over the mark needed for ratification, giving American women the right to vote back in 1920. And outgoing Senator Bob Corker saying goodbye to D.C. today, while also welcoming in his replacement, saying, quote, "Serving the people of the volunteer state in the Senate has been the greatest privilege of my life. I thank Tennesseans for the opportunity." He went on to say, "I am happy to congratulate Senator Blackburn on being sworn in today. I will be cheering her on each step of the way."
And returning Representative Chuck Fleischman sharing his optimism as new lawmakers were being sworn in today.
There's always a renewed sense of optimism. This is my 5th term, and America is a great nation. We all come together today despite our differences. So I'm going to start out with a very optimistic tone.
Representative Fleischman still pushing for border security. He says he hopes the House, Senate, and White House can all reach an agreement, not only to reopen the government, but to also move the country forward.
And we mentioned that divided government, the issue dividing it at the moment and keeping it under a partial shutdown, funding for the border wall. Democrats are expected to pass a bill offering an end to the shutdown, but without that wall funding. It is expected to be a non-starter in the Senate and the White House.